Okay, that is us getting going. Alrighty. Welcome to the party. I'm Owen.
I'm Liam.
I'm Shane.
And I'm still Savage.
And we are here today, as promised, 6 months ago? Certainly a
Something
while.
like that, yeah.
Certainly a while.
Oh, actually,
First
I will look
time,
this
or
up.
second
'Cause
time, or
no.
the third time, or
It's certainly a time, but we promised we were going to run Lancer after playing Heavy Gear. And time being what it is, we've eventually gotten around to it. And today I am going to be running the Lancers of Aldrin module, which was put together by the lovely people from the Lancer Discord. And they have got a bunch of interesting, useful stuff for people to start running their first game with, just to try it out while they work on their campaign, which is Wallflower, which should be great when it eventually comes out. Joining us today, we have 3 fine party members. First up, we have...
I think that was Liam.
Let's go in the same order. Liam?
call
Liam.
sign, Barber, fire support. Barber, because I desperately need a haircut.
We're all there.
But all the barbers are closed.
I am Tyrone Pistus, call sign Sharkbait, and I'm piloting a scout variant.
Is your potentially Mech? How stable is Sharkbait's accent? Does it have any stability
Okay.
at all?
This is going to be a rock solid accent. There'll be no accents to the stream. I got a cease and desist letter from the United Colors of Benetton, so I'm just going to stick with my relatively normal accent for this stream at least. We'll see. We'll see what I can slip past the legal people. Where am I in this? Just gonna
Yes,
figure out
and I will be playing Black Iron, the Vanguard.
Alrighty. Lancer is a modern RPG based on mostly drive around flying mechs, so it's great fun. This particular adventure begins in the Aldrin system at the edge of the Union. The people of Aldrin have cast off anthro-chauvinism, defeated scarcity, and fully committed themselves to the utopian pillars. Citizens of Hadfield and Collins Point wait with bated breath for the imminent arrival of the administrators from Union and the system's formal acceptance into galactic society. On the edge of the system, there are just a few loose ends to clear up. The Aldrin system is a pirate problem. You've agreed to help the Aldrin Trade Bureau raid their lair. Thus you find yourself in a briefing room aboard an ATB frigate, wondering what the next few hours will look like. Welcome to our very bare bones briefing room.
I do not own a token with vision in this scene. Wait, maybe I need to.
No problem. I can fix that problem immediately.
I don't know what's going on.
No problem at all. Don't worry.
I'm very impressed by Foundry, though. It looks great.
It's an interesting tool in terms of just using stuff, and I want to go to elimination.
Okay, while the GM
Reservations.
is giving us the gift of sight, there we
Okay.
are.
There you go.
I am giving myself the gift of a Galway Bay Slow Lives, which seemed appropriate. It is January.
I'm just finishing off the white rum I had. So, I bought a far too large bottle of white rum. Just basically after I came back from the Christmas holidays. It's gone now. It didn't last that long.
I'm trying to shed some of these COVID kilos, so won't be indulging.
Okay,
Something
so
like that.
briefing room, a virtual space, I imagine.
Absolutely. Well, actually, no. It's absolutely physical. And in walks a lieutenant into the ATB frigate, or briefing room. Hello, I'm Lieutenant Arlo Dominguez.
Give a salute.
I'm given to understand you're all hotshot pilots, yeah?
Sir, that'll be the case, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to brag, but it's
that's
very,
good.
very hard.
Some off my back, and he lights them up, and I blow them away.
Awesome. Well, any of you been to Raja Station yet? It's brilliant.
No, sir.
There's a place in the Outer Rim that serves the best orange chicken you've ever had in your life. It's magnificent. I have a cousin who works there. He's an electrician. Makes good money. Speaking of money, are you ready to talk about pirates?
Always, yeah.
He clicks a slide revealing a diagram of the starways. Here's our biggest trade route. You like the diagram? I made it myself. It goes from Raja Station out of the system towards Blink Gate Nupsy.
Colours, sir.
Over the last few months, 5 merchant ships have been attacked along this trade route. Every one of them has lost all cargo on board. If you've been travelling this trade route for a year, got within shouting distance of port and had your cargo taken, would you be mad? I would be. The last ship to come through was the SS Batna. They'd heard about bad things in this route. They brought guns, killed some pirates. Pirates got mad. Everyone on board the Batna died. The Batna was a family ship. Pilot dad, navigator mum, little boy. We found their bodies floating in space. Ooh, most sad. The Aldrin Trade Bureau was finally ready to do something about this. We spent 3 months tracking the pirates, and we now have a fix on where their base is located. It's here, at the edge of the system in a hollowed-out asteroid. We're going to be there in about an hour. Now, we've lured their ships away from the base. They'll see us coming, but they won't be able to get their ships back in time. We don't know what's inside the base. We expect our armament to range from pistols and rifles, possibly up to rocket launchers. They may have some automated defences like turrets and electronic warfare suites. We hired you because we want no friendly casualties on the mission. You should have an overwhelming force advantage, which hopefully means the pirates will surrender instead of risking mass casualties. Your objectives are as follows. 1. Subdue the pirates. 2. Shut down their power grid. 3. Arrest non-competents. And 4. Retrieve their computer core's evidence. It's pretty important for us to have some evidence after this. We're pretty sure everyone on the base is a pirate, but pretty sure isn't good enough for our courts. We need that evidence. We're going to make sure everybody gets into rehabilitation.
Okay. We're not recovering material then.
No. Just like get rid of the pirate. We're going to get rid of the pirates. If you can take them alive, so much the better. You'll have traditional ammunition and non-lethal goober rounds if you wish to use them. Goober, anybody on foot, anyone in a vehicle, take out the vehicle. You are authorized to use lethal force only in the preservation of life. If someone is an imminent threat to somebody else's life, including your own, and they can't be stopped non-lethally, you are authorized to shoot them. Don't do it unless you have to, and be prepared for the inquest afterwards. As required by law, your camera feeds will be used as evidence when we prosecute the pirates. Make sure they're working correctly. Camera malfunctions jeopardize our case and our contract with you. Once the situation has been resolved, call the ship. They'll send the shuttles to secure the station and retrieve the suspects. It is very important you do this right. The delegation from Union will be arriving shortly. It's been communicated to me that the Union administrators are very concerned about Aldrin's piracy problem. The governments of both planets are watching this operation closely. Any questions?
Well, just a couple. Obviously, important, as always, that we preserve life and bring in perpetrators alive for rehabilitation. But is there anything in the budget for a surrender package, incentive-wise?
Ooh. That's a good question. I could certainly probably get an authorization of something on a case-by-case basis. Contact me if there's anything that pops up, and I'm prepared to negotiate online.
Excellent. We can type beam to you when we're on the ground.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Material.
Well, anything that belongs to anybody, I presume, will be repatriated through the appropriate channels. But if you've got anything, you find anything that's, unusual and not owned by anyone there, yeah, you've got reverse rights to salvage.
Okay. But we should check the blockchain first, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. And your cousin,
what's our entry point? Sorry.
We have got a dropship that is going to infiltrate you into their hangar. At which point it should be relatively simple for you to secure that location and move on to the rest of the facility.
Okay.
Just to sum it up, don't shoot them first. Don't shoot unarmed people. Capture them.
You can shoot them
evidence.
first. You just can't shoot anyone unarmed first. Like if they've got a turret and shoot it, you shoot the turret first. Like that's not a problem.
It's standard bad actor ROE, but obviously with a side mission to preserve those who are socioeconomically deprived in this situation and have been forced into this particular non-optimal lifestyle stream.
Absolutely.
Okay, well,
Absolutely.
I'm ready to hit the ground running, Lieutenant.
Excellent. First off, we begin with mech selection. Choose the model of your mech. Liam, go with yourself there. Which one would you like?
Didn't I pick Fire Sport?
You did, but basically you get to pick which one model to use for yours. I'm just going to put the right icon on it.
Okay, I took a glance at some of the companies and stuff, but I didn't see specific models.
No, it's literally just the model your
choose your avatar.
Use. Yeah, it's not.
Okay,
it's
right.
not. It's nothing beyond just I'm going to put a different model on you, so you actually have one to look at there. So the basically 1, 2, or 3 there.
Do you have that in the Discord, or do you have it on the?
I activated. Oh, sorry, I'll activate that.
There we go.
Aha! There you go. Okay. Let's see. Ah, yeah. TRST looks like it's
Grandio. There we go. That should be you. Next up, Scar. Which do you like?
I think considering my stat sheet, it says something about a heavy combat blade. I think I'll be going with Yitterdit.
Excellent. What did you rename yourself to?
Black Iron.
Black Iron. Where have you
Sorry
gone?
if that's causing confusion.
No.
I
I'm just looking for where you are on the screen. So you're going to go for number 2, Grant. And Sharkbait. That make Sharkbait, yes?
That's me, yeah.
Randio, you're fine then. And then where's the Vanguard gone? I see now. Gotcha. And then we're gonna go for his. Alrighty. Now, next up. You board you board your spaceship, well, their spaceship, and you endure the tedium that is space travel. Basically sitting in your cockpit, just waiting. A tone sounds in the hangar bay, and there's an announcement over the PA system. All hands, this is the captain. We are approaching the objective. General quarters. All hands to action stations. The hangar is filled with a flurry of activity. Lights flash and people don helmets as the air is pumped into the hangar. You hear a thrum travel up to the feet of your mech and into your chest as the dropship ignites its engines. With the ease of long practice, you flip switches in your mech cockpit and issue the mental commands that link your mechs together into a combat network. You go through your checklist one last time. Every light is green, every system nominal. Your mechs are in fighting shape. Everything is ready to go. A window appears before you, showing a stern-looking middle-aged man in uniform with tan skin and black hair. This is a communications channel, the ship you're on broadcasting for all to hear. This is Captain Lawrence Sharp of the ATBS Closure. Unregistered habitat. Stand down and prepare to be boarded. We have reason to believe you are harbouring pirates. Surrender now, and no one will come to harm. There is a brief pause, and then Captain Sharp's face is replaced by that of a bearded man in a dirty office. Oh, look how fancy we are. Well, Captain Sharp, I am Pirate King Gregory Flint of the Black Skulls. This is our territory, see? We're not afraid of you fucking bastards. You want us? Come and get us, if you can. The window closes and the ship rocks slightly beneath you. Tied to the ship's combat grid, you can see the ship's shields absorbing beam fire. A lot of beam fire. The asteroid is completely covered in laser emplacements. None of them are fancy, but there are an awful lot of them.
Oh, this intel was.
The ship resolutely pushes forward, taking out laser emplacements one at a time. The dropship's pilot turns his head as he gets a signal from the bridge. The dropship's engines rev, and you feel a surge of acceleration as the dropship lifts off the deck and carries you out into space. You're very close to the asteroid now. This far from the sun, it's only visible as an irregular crescent of grey against the blackness of space. But your sensors outline it for you so you can see that it's shaped like a potato with a hole in one side. The beamfire has stopped now, but as the dropship approaches the hole in the asteroid, you see a pair of flat cannons nestled just inside. They open up, and the dropship twists violently under you as the pilot jerks into a dodge roll, juking frantically as the flat cannons send shotgun blasts of metal at you full auto. Then you're past the cannons and grip your handholds as you tumble towards the pirate base. You feel a burst in the engine as the pilot halts the ship, the drop clacks and sounds, and the hatch clangs open on the deck plate. The pirate base is a prefab split-level hangar. The lower level has 2 little bays and a small space vehicle. 2 ramps lead to the upper level. The upper level is about 10 feet above the lower level and holds a small control building. Most surprisingly, 4 large mechs are pointing their weapons at you. Who acts first? Now, in Lancer, it utilizes something called Popcorn Initiative. So what happens is, when a fight begins, the players get to act first, and then so you nominate one of you to go first, then that person nominates another player to go after them. I activate an NPC, and then the next player goes. So we have our combat tracker here. So it begins with one of yourselves. So who would like to go first?
Right, just like training, eh, guys?
Just like training.
I guess I should probably lay down some cover fire.
Absolutely. Okay, so you're going to activate yourself first. If you see there's a button to click there to indicate you're activated. So do you see on the combat tracker there, Liam? Do you see the combat tracker button? If you right-click on that, it will pop it out into a little window so you can bring it around and adjust it around the screen. So put it wherever you like.
It's okay where it is.
Anywhere to pop out the character sheet?
The character sheet can also, if you double-click on yourself, it should pop the character sheet up, and you can move it around as needed on the screen.
But you can't pop it out of the screen into its own window.
No, because the way it works, it's a window.
Okay.
Thing.
So I just click on that little power button. Doesn't seem to be doing anything.
All right. I could probably do it if you can't. It's all good. So going first is Barber. Right now. So you're activating now on your turn, Liam. You have a move where you can move up to your speed. You can break up your speed during your turn. You can move a bit. You can shoot. You can move again. Plenty of stuff like that. You also have on your turn. You can take a full action or 2 quick actions. You can't take the same action more than once on a turn, except as a free action. You can take as many free actions as you like, and you can take 1 reaction per turn, and that resets then on your next turn. Reactions are mostly defensive. Basically, one of them is you block some damage at the cost of less actions next turn. The other one is effectively it's attack of opportunity. You can overcharge if you wish to get an extra quick action that you take as a free action at the cost of heat. So basically you have a resource where you can go, I'll do a little more this turn, but I'll gain some heat as a result of doing it. Quick actions are stuff that you think are normal. It's move some more, attack with 1 weapon, ram somebody, grapple somebody, use a quick tech action, which is some electronic warfare stuff, hide, or look for a hidden target. And full actions are stuff like more impressive stuff.
Okay, so for example, I have a Pattern A Jericho deployable cover, which is a unique quick action.
Yes.
Where I can deploy 2 sections of size 1 hardcover in free spaces adjacent to you and to each other. Each section with 5 evasion and 10 HP. It can be targeted and destroyed individually. Sections of the cover can be picked up again as a full action. Repairing the system restores both sections. So I could plop cover down in front of us.
Exactly.
As a quick action.
Yes.
And then as a regular action, I could make an attack.
Yes. Basically, it's 2 quick. Okay. It's a quick. There's a quick action skirmish, which you make an attack with 1 of your weapons.
Okay.
Yep. So if
all right,
you
I guess so.
Click on that for a second. I'm just going to check if this is.
Can I move as well?
You can move as well, yeah.
Okay. So I guess if I can
You can move your speed,
move.
which I believe is 4.
And a section is just one facing, is it?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so
You
if I
should
move
be able to pop it out effectively.
here?
It'll effectively take up a square, the deployable.
Oh, the deployable one? Okay.
Yeah. So I think
So if I click on that, or if I just drag it out?
I'm hoping, just seeing if this
Pattern
will
A,
actually do
Jericho,
something
deployable
useful for us. If you
Clicked on
click
it,
on the little
250.
4-sided diamond, you might be able to drag that out.
Deployable.
I'm not sure that's macroed in yet. It seems like the kind of thing that would be.
Doesn't appear to have done anything.
Just got a sheet there. Can I deploy that? No, that's a different one. Worst case, I can just draw 2 shapes on the board for you.
Yep.
So where would you like to deploy them?
That may be best, just because I don't.
Yep.
If it's 2 facings, then I guess.
So it'll be 2
there,
hexes basically.
Like that.
So just like
Oh,
there.
2 full hexes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then just straight across, I guess. So we'll
So basically
cover this side, you know.
that one or that one.
That one that you're hovering over now. So
That
yeah,
one there,
directly
yep.
in front of me and directly to my. Yeah.
Yep. So anyone in that, anyone
kind
or
of-
behind that gets hard cover, which is basically 2
Okay,
demerits
cool.
to hit.
And then I will fire my heavy cannon at that demolisher.
Yep. So if you click on your heavy cannon.
Okay. Oh, I should be clicking the dice beside it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Accuracy 0, or is it -1 because it's inaccurate?
If it is inaccurate, it is -1. Yes.
-1.
This is not auto roll for you?
Difficulty?
I believe
it filled it
the
out with a
difficulty
0.
is 6.
Difficulty is 6. Okay. Right. Let's roll.
All right. With a 12, you hit handily, and then 2d6 plus 4 is 10 damage. He seems to have some armor, but is otherwise quite inconvenienced by that blast, which damages him. The sparks shoot out of him as the fire rips into him. You get to nominate somebody to go next, and then I get to activate a bad guy.
Okay. Well, I guess, yeah. So myself and Shane are fairly behind this cover. So I guess I will nominate Mick. Nominate
Absolutely.
Sharkbait. So maybe he can get up behind this cover as well.
Okay.
And we can lay down some fire and then maybe move out next round.
I was thinking that enfilade. I've got a very jumpy mech, so I can shoot off across. Perhaps even using their own forces as cover. I'm a bit worried about that demolisher, though. Although you seem to be putting serious tonnage into it, Barber. Taking a little off the top.
That's my job.
All right. I'm going to activate the Berserker then. He
Okay.
is going to move 5. Then he is going to boost to move again. And he's going to
Here it
take a
comes.
quick action. He's going to swing his chain axe at Black Iron.
Okay. So I have evasion 8, no armor? Oh, this doesn't look like a very tanky mech at all.
All right. He
That looks
comes
like it
in
hits.
for 7 damage. And you become shredded until the end of your next turn.
Ooh.
Which is basically-
Shredded
It
is...
reduces the effective armor, which is probably not super worrying for you.
Well,
does that
yeah,
open
'cause
up
I
a
have
mech
a...
So if you open up your character sheet there,
Yeah.
if you look at your frame loadout, there is a space for recording your HP. So there's a 14.
There is.
7 damage. So you're on 7.
Yep, sorry, I was just about to do it and you did it.
Yep.
Okay, so Okay, so I'm at half health. I thought I was supposed to be the tanky one.
Don't worry about that. Like it is more.
That's-
Lancer is more complicated than just running out of hit points.
Hmm.
Mechs are tough. So that is the Berserker gone. Next up.
Okay, I believe that comes to me. Well, never let it be said that a scout is going to stick around for fair fight. This berserker's all up in the grill. I am going. So, which view should I be using for combat? Pilot, tactical, or frame loadout?
Frame loadout.
Frame loadout. Okay, that shows me all of my bits and pieces. And quick here would be skirmish, and then maybe boost or grapple.
Yep. So boost
I
is
don't
an
know.
extra
Grappling
move.
is-
Grapple is grappling with somebody. I'm not sure your
We
thing
all
is-
know that. We all know how well grappling goes.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to make probably a point blank attack here.
Now,
with
making a point blank attack, it will give you a issue with effectively him giving you a disadvantage on your attack. So you're a little less accurate as a result of that.
well, I have a charged blade. That's
Yep.
presumably
Yeah, you
for
can
this
you
kind of
can
thing.
attempt to shank him with that, certainly.
Yeah. So I just click the dice beside it, see
Yep.
what happens. Please enter your modifiers, accuracy and difficulty.
Yep.
Anything here?
Do you have any accuracy on the weapon? Then
On
it's
this
just
thing,
then it's a
It's
flat
just
roll.
AP.
Basically, it's
looking-
mostly cover that comes into that, and then stuff like aiming or anything else like that.
Oh, it's got threat. Okay, threat.
Threat is to do
Nope.
with what's the range of it. So basically, threat
Okay,
one
so
means
this is
you can
this is
attack
a flat roll.
adjacently. Yeah.
So we're looking at a flat roll here.
Yep.
All right, here it comes.
All right. So a 7 attack is sadly not quite enough to connect with his defense. So you swing, and he just manages to duck as he's laying in with his axe into black iron. Now,
Okay.
you cannot take the same quick action again. You can't take the same quick action again, but you can take it as a free action. So if you, for example, decide to take some heat, you can you basically get one. You basically take some heat, and it scales up how much heat you get every time you do it. But you get to make another. You could make an attack again as a free action, effectively. The other alternative you have is to grapple him or push him or something to knock him back out of the way.
I think Black Iron's gonna turn this one around. In
All
fact, I'm more worried about getting out of this bottleneck. They've come up into our manor now. They have a berserker in our mech bay, so I think I need to turn the tables around slightly. So I'm going to make a move.
All right.
With penalty for moving past this opponent.
The
Do you have
penalty
a
is he
way
can
to-
spend a reaction to make an attack on you if you move from your being adjacent to him. So your other option is to basically push him back and then move, or
Okay,
to take, or just take the attack. Your option, really.
Well, I didn't come out here to not test the paintwork, so I'm going to take it on the chin and
Rightio.
fly out of the. So I'll activate my boosters and
Yep.
fly out of the mech bay.
So he is going to attempt to take an attack at you.
God damn it, Shark Bait, where the hell are you going? We got cover here.
He gets a 10 to hit you.
Okay, and he's looking to beat what?
He's looking to get 10. So he does you
Oh,
7
okay.
damage. So that brings you down to
Okay.
3 hit points.
Yep.
And you get to move. You are currently smoking.
Right. All right. So movement on this thing is 5.
Yep.
So I'm gonna break. Movement. How do I move? Let's just move my token.
You can just move your token. You should be able to move it up and down. You can also hold control and drag a line out to where you're going.
And if I fly, I can move across
yeah,
other
ignore terrain and stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4. I have to land on clear ground.
All right.
Position there.
You land behind the weird cylindrical object that's right beside you here.
Yeah. What? I steady myself, putting out one of my mech's giant
Yep.
hands on it. It makes a sort of a clunking sound. What is it? And is it
Wanna
stable?
pick
You
your-
have a quick action left, Mick. So one of the things you can do
Hmm.
with quick action is you can scan stuff. You can ask me one question about something. So you could ask me a question about what's his attack, or what's his hit points, or what's his defense, or you could ask me what the hell's that thing, Owen?
I'm gonna go with what the hell's that thing?
It is a What the hell that thing is a small homemade racing vehicle. It gives you a bad feeling as you scan it. So somebody has bolted a cockpit onto an old-style chemical rocket to create a primitive space vehicle. The fuel is highly flammable and will explode if shot.
And I'm standing beside it.
Yes.
Oh, we're off to a good start.
Yep,
I
absolutely.
think that's both of my quick actions.
That is. Now, you can take some heat, take another quick action if you want, which could be another attack if you wanted. Or, once per scene, you are an Everest mech, so you see initiative there. You can take any quick action as a free action. So you can basically go, you know what, I'm going to really Nova this turn. I'm going to fire my gun with my Everest action, and then I'm going to take some heat, and I'm going to fire my gun again. So if you need to Nova, you can Nova.
They've opened hostilities. I think we're in a free fire zone. So what I think I'll do here is I'll
Stop them
take.
first.
Well, yeah, but they've scratched up all of our paintwork so badly. Initiative is with them, and I want to disrupt that. So I see a lot of guys with launchers in the middle of the bay.
Yep.
And I'm
They are
thinking,
currently inside a little building there, actually.
Oh, they are. Well, let's see if we can put some damage on the Demolisher and the assault on the north.
Sure.
I'm going to drop a frag grenade.
Oh, nice.
Does that have enough range?
The frag grenade has a range of...
Is it 5?
frag grenade. It is 5, yes.
Looks like
5
five.
squares.
Right, so that will plant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and want to, yeah. So I'm gonna drop it behind the Demolisher.
Absolutely. So you basically drop that fella there, and that's got one blast. So that is fine. And what it does is they must make an agility save or take D6 explosive damage. On a successful save, they take half damage. So he is
Fingers
going
crossed.
to attempt an agility save.
Hail Mary, and let's hope none of the shrapnel comes into this rinky-dink rocket.
So that's a fail. And this guy's going to make an
That's
agility
good.
save.
Infantry is good. I was like, oh no, crap roll.
And he also fails, so give me a D6 there, Mick.
D6. I don't even know what the dice
So
are.
in the it should be on the thing. You should be able to click on it. There's
Slash or space D6.
Yep, that works too.
Oh, I see the dice. I think I see the dice. I don't see them. Okay. Slash R space D6, is it?
Yep.
Yep, that'll do.
And give me another roll for the other one.
Oh, good.
If you just press up, you'll get your last command. So it's one way of.
True. Okay.
Type in more, later,
Respectable. Right.
So yeah,
Picking it down.
they
Okay.
both take a bit of damage. That Demolisher is now smoking.
And I nominate Black Iron to act next.
Absolutely. All right. The Archer is going to go in the meantime. Now. The Archer is going to check his range. He's going to need to move. The Archer moves that much, advances forward, checks his range, and then he's going to use Suppress on Black Iron. You become impaired, and he gains the moving target reaction.
Okay, so I have a D6 penalty, and if he move, he gets a shot.
Yes.
Is that penalty on all actions, or?
The impairment. Let's check the rules both quickly. On all attacks, saves, and skill checks.
Oh, shit.
And then he takes a shot at you.
Ugh.
Now you get cover. So there is some difficulty here. So he still
Don't roll that
rolls
well.
a 17. So he does you 5 damage there.
I can see what people are saying about this being a fast system.
Don't worry though, losing those hit points isn't going to take you out. You've got a lot of underlying superstructure that will take you out first.
It's much more complicated than
I probably should have reacted,
Talk
but
about it,
anyway.
guys. This is going swimmingly for me.
Absolutely.
You're all bunkered down there, nice in your nest of torn up mechs and barricades.
What's
Alrighty.
this?
And that is the end of the archer's turn, so Black Iron is up.
Okay. So things are clearly not going particularly well.
We expected some results.
So how does activating a core system work?
So your core power can be utilized usually once per session. And what your core power does is for the rest of the scene, you get +1 accuracy on all attacks, checks, saves, and additionally once per turn you can boost the free action. It is free.
Yeah. I'm feeling like given we're putting on a show for the people. I don't see any real need to save this. I'm going to turn on my hyper-spec fuel injector and power up.
Alrighty.
Do you have a name you have to say for each of your attacks?
Yes. It's tradition.
You're powered up.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
So I
So-
think can you just use that? If you use core. Yeah, you can just click it to show that it's utilized.
Click on which part of it?
Just see the green core button. You can click on that to show it's utilized. And yeah.
Green
Microchip.
button? I don't
Do you
see
see
green
the
button.
core? Do you see the top of the frame loadout, like under structure, armor, grit, hull?
Oh, right.
core?
I see.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, it's not a green button for me. It's,
No, it's just
it's a square.
yeah, little battery.
So
So you get
Whereas-
+1 accuracy on all your stuff, so you get to add +1 accuracy to everything you do. Now, you
It's done, apparently. It is very light. I can barely make out the greenness, but it is apparently on.
absolutely.
Okay. So, in the show, the summoning of the heavy charge blade is very elaborate. It takes about 30 seconds. There's a music cue. The killer theme turns on. But we have to assume in this hyperconnected combat of Lancer that in actual time it only takes like half a second. So yes, I'm going to power on the heavy charged blade. Is this okay? So it has. I see see the pop-up thing shows there's a D6 +3 energy damage, and it also has a X with a square in it. Is that accuracy or
X for is it the shotgun?
no, the heavy charge blade?
Heavy charge
Training.
blade. The X means it's the range of the weapon. So that's the
Okay, so
threat
it's melee
range,
weapon.
basically. So it means you can make an
Okay.
attack within a reaction within 1, whereas the shotgun has one within 3. So it can shoot somebody within 3 if they start a move.
Okay, I see.
Basically, that's the threat range of it. So it's the bit where you
okay.
can cause trouble for someone if they try to do something within it. Because, hey, it's a shotgun. Someone tries to move up. Hey, think fast. Bang.
Sorry. I'm just checking what all my stuff does. So apparently I also have. Actually, what's the check
Put on a
shield?
show.
So,
Okay, so sorry, I'm just checking my thing. So as well as my weapons, I also have a shield I can slap on.
you can do.
It's the Type 3 projected shield. I think it costs 1 heat to turn on, and I don't know if does it take an action
Doesn't cost
to.
2 sheet. It's basically you. Oh, sorry, 1 heat self. Yeah, nominate 1 character within. It's a free action, looks like. And all
Okay.
ranged melee attacks they make against you or that make against them are +2 difficulty. So you basically put a shield. You basically put an projectile shield on them. An aggressive superpositional anti-ballistic barrier. So
Yeah.
some sort of energy shield. You get really
I'm
shielded.
going to put that on myself because I suspect I will be moving and I don't want
Yep.
to be shot again. Is there an activated for that, or we just
I
say
think
that's
it's
on?
just you could take a heat. I don't even think. Yeah, you basically. I think you just give yourself a
Is
heat.
there-
Up at the top of your thing, there's a heat out of 6, so you just give yourself 1 heat.
Oh, did I give myself a heat? I pressed a button.
You don't appear to, so you can just manually give yourself a heat there. There's macros we can get going with if we were ever playing a bit more.
Oh, I
So
appear to delete the thing that says it costs heat. Whoops.
don't worry about it.
Well, I'll just add the heat manually.
Yep.
All right. So I'm on 3 hit points, am I?
You are.
I forgot to update
So-
that. I will just update that
So
now.
I think I need to allay some of your fears now, Black Iron. Each of those, so you've got structure beside your hit points, and
Mhm.
if you think of each of those as a bar on the boss monster,
Yeah.
you've got 4 hit point bars, and you exhaust them one at a time. And every time you exhaust a hit point bar, you're going to look at some structural damage. And when you hit 0 structure, then we start looking at the value of scrap in your chassis.
Okay.
So
And
you're-
similar
you
for
are-
Yeah,
stress
was that the
on
same
heat.
for?
Yes.
Okay, so
Is that the
we
same
can
for the
afford.
That the bad guys tend to have far less. So some of them will have 0, some
Okay.
will have 1,
Yeah, but
So-
we're on hero structures and they're on mook structures.
basically.
And the same for stress. So we can afford to be a little bit more liberal with heat for
Exactly.
the time being.
So if you need to go
That's
overdrive, you go overdrive.
I feel a little overdrivey right
That
now.
seems about right. I would certainly.
Okay, so let's take a quick action to cut someone in half with this heavy charged blade.
Absolutely.
Let's call it the Burning Death Razor.
Alrighty.
Accuracy +1 and difficulty
Plus
-1.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. So. Okay, yes.
So you going into the Berserker?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And that failed horribly.
We
did a little.
cannot roll tonight.
It did a little.
That's all right. This is how all these fights go. We get beat back, shrapnel everywhere, a blade of armor flying off, lasers zipping past, shields
So-
cracking.
You can
Then we
get a
come
heat
back.
for another attack if you want. Or
I will spend 1 more heat and try to get.
one of the other things you
I
can do is a
think
barrage
it's 1
actually,
heat.
because you've got a heavy charge blade. One of the things you can do is you can go, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a barrage action. I make 2 attacks with basically I make an attack with 2 different weapons. So that's one thing you can do as an option for yourself there. And you can also attack with any auxiliary weapons attached to that. So if you look at the barrage action, which is a full action, you take your full turn. You get to fire 2 weapons or 1 super heavy weapon, and you may also attack with any auxiliary weapons on each mount that was fired, as long as it hasn't been fired this action, and they don't deal bonus damage. So you see the way your thermal pistols are kind of crappy?
Yeah.
If you barrage, you can go, I'll hit my heavy charge rate, I'll also fire my shotgun, I will also fire my 2 thermal pistols. So that's your new.
So I'd have to spend. So I would basically have to retroactively make that first attack a heat attack.
No, it's
and
not
then
a heat attack.
barrage.
It's just a barrage. You can just do barrage. You can just go, because it's the same factor. You go barrage. I attack with all my weapons.
Okay.
So, well, in this case, it's all your weapons. It's 2 weapons, but because your thermal pistols are little guys, you get to get them for free.
Okay. So I would make. Okay. So a barrage. I make another heavy blade attack
No,
and
you
another.
make 1 shotgun attack, thermal, and then you can get back to spending heat for your additional heavy charge blade attack.
Okay. Right. Okay, I see. So I guess it's like a double-barreled thermal pistol. Anyway,
Yep,
that's not. All right. So we can come up with elaborate fan art later.
absolutely.
So I still have +1 accuracy.
Yep.
And +1 difficulty. So wait, hold on. I thought that's a full action, but I've already used one of my quick actions on the first attack.
So you either have 2 quick actions or 1 full action.
Yeah, but I've already made a melee attack.
But making the attacks, the full action is just attack with 2 weapons. It can be attack with a melee weapon and attack with a ranged weapon. That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Because you're overcharging.
Yeah. No, it's just full action as barrage. It's like, I want to shoot all my guns, I shoot my 2 of my guns. And if I have any of these are attached as auxiliary weapons, like guns strapped underneath, I can fire them as well.
Okay, so it's 2 barrels on the end of the shotgun or something.
Yeah, 2 additional guns underneath your big gun. You stuck two smaller guns to your 1 big gun. So you fire your big gun, then your 2 smaller guns go off. The way you're shooting doesn't matter. You're still not hitting anything. But, that's the theory, certainly. Wah, wah.
This is some. I'm definitely not feeling a lot more like the mooks in the Gundam than the protagonist in the Gundam.
First mission out. We just ironing out.
Hey, that one actually hit.
Getting slightly higher,
Okay, so I've done it.
It doesn't do a terrible amount of damage, but it does hit.
I'd prefer to creep up on success than stumble into failure.
Now, however, this berserker is a berserker. He doesn't like
out of there.
When he gets hit.
I got away from this.
He doesn't like when he gets hit at all. So he's going to take a swing at you, Shane.
He's got a reaction to get hit. Fucking hell.
First time he gets damaged in every fight, he attacks a random person next to him.
Okay, that works too.
Bye. Oh,
Missing, I think, though, out of 3. So his
actually,
chain
you know what
blade...
the worst part is? Like we're tearing up our own dropship out of this fight.
He swings around like the chain blade comes out. He shakes his head and swings the blade around. It's whatever AI assistance he's getting on this is just going nuts, and it's swinging back and forth like that. It's tearing the place up, making a mess of everything.
All right, I'm going to spend another heat to make one more attempt.
Yep.
Sorry, that is up to 2 heat, and I'm going to make one last attempt to hit someone with this fucking sword.
Good stuff.
there we go.
19.
There we go.
61.
Ooh.
There's a crack as you deliver an armor-piercing shot into him. Normally they're quite resistant against damage, but the AP gets around it. Delivering a terrible blow to the Berserker. He futzes and squirts out more bits and pieces.
I don't think I'm going to bother moving if Berserker still
He
up.
has used his reaction.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You can move freely if you wish.
Blade marks are in my rear chassis. So go nuts.
But he already got. Wait, hold on. So he gets.
He got his reaction. That is not a reaction. It is a.
Okay.
It is
Yeah,
a
that's fair.
basic thing.
Berserker.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's grand. The problem is moving's not going to help me much here. It's also going to expose our fire support, and it will also get me shot. Unless anyone see any big tactical reason why I should move, I think I'll just hold off.
Well, we're currently grouped up. And that archer is yet to act.
No, the archer has
Archer
acted. The assault and the demolisher have yet to go.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
If you get to the square beneath me, then you do have cover at least on one side.
Don't you provide cover right now?
No, he deployed some shield there that you guys are
I'm
hiding
just
behind.
checking. Like I thought I was supposed to be the cover, but apparently 14 hit points is not exactly. Anyway,
But that's 14 hit points per structure point.
I know.
So you're
I know.
still good. Still good.
I know I'm not dead or anything. I'm just.
Yeah.
I know. I guess I was expecting.
Are you getting off the mark? Or are you...
All right, Shane, I'm getting all
No,
antsy to roll some stuff. Where are you going?
No, I'm going to stay where I am
Alrighty.
and just go back to back with our fire support here.
All right, the demolisher is going to activate,
All right.
and he is going to come chonking as he.
That
does.
looks like a civilian grade mech. That's probably not going to have any serious combat upgrades or damage potential, is it?
It's 4
seen the
times
size of that
larger than
hammer?
mine.
chunk. That's the limit of my speed.
Oh, good.
That's the limit of his speed. And yeah, he moves up and
Reach.
he does. I'm just checking. Believe he does. Yeah, he's got.
I feel like he'll never hit me from there.
Reach.
Famous last words.
Well, that's way it
Uh-oh.
go. Yeah, he's gonna try it.
Thought so.
You go try it. What's that one? Well,
Not that. Ooh,
right. Are you? Is your defense 19?
my defense is not.
All right. You take 10 damage,
Right.
and you must succeed in a hull save or be stunned until the end of your next turn, which is not ideal.
I don't see a defense. I see armor.
There
I
goes
see.
1 second.
So you see your basically. Do you see there is a hull score there? There's a hull D20.
Yeah.
You click on that to
Hull
make
is-
hull save.
Here it comes.
Yep.
No modifiers.
Nope.
Apart from the fact that I'm still smoking.
You are indeed still smoking.
That's not going to weigh in one way or another.
You're good.
Off the bumps. Yeah.
Now you take 10 damage, so you go
Yep.
to 0. Now what happens when you go to 0 damage? Is you don't go down to average 0. Mechs are too tough for that. All right. You
Well,
have
that's tough.
4 structure. You go to 0 HP. You take 1 structure damage, so reduce your structure by 1.
All right.
You see that beside you.
I've
You
got it,
then
yeah.
make a structure damage check. So there should be a. Where is the structure? Is that the one there?
It's a D6 roll, isn't it?
It is. So you basically roll a d6 for each
Page
point
80.
of structure you've lost, I believe.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So this can start
Who
to
has
snowball a little bit.
Oh no, you. So you basically roll a structure. You roll 3 structure d6.
I rolled 3.
And hold on, before structure somewhere. It takes a structure damage check, resets HP to full. For a structure damage, roll d6 per point of structure damage marked. So you roll 1d6.
Okay, here it comes.
Is anyone checking the Twitch chat to see if
Now.
Nothing much there but bots. at
You
the
are
moment.
direct hit, Mick.
Yeah.
You are stunned until the end of your next turn.
Oh, no.
So that 1 is really bad.
Yeah.
But it's not super
Okay.
bad. So you are
Okay.
merely stunned.
Stunned in this case.
It's not good. I'm
It's
not
not
gonna lie.
great. I've been better.
So you
I cannot
cannot overcharge,
overcharge.
move, or take any actions,
What
including
rookies
free
did I
actions,
get lumbered
reactions.
with?
You know?
Still,
It's not the best, Mick. It's not the best.
there's Tweety birds, little mechanical
Yeah.
Tweety birds going around my head.
You do refill to full health, though, so mark yourself back at 10 HP.
A mighty 10.
Yep.
Okay. So, what else we got?
The assault then decides that he's going to move to there, and then he's going to be like, I'm going to use my assault rifle, and I'm going to attempt to target Barber. So this is too difficulty on it. So he gets a 7 to hit you.
Okay.
Your evasion is 8 though,
And-
so pew, shot misses.
why is everyone rolling?
And that is that there. And he doesn't really have another.
How does
action.
evasion 8 make 9 a miss?
He's got a
Oh, it
7
was a 7 he got, was
Yeah.
it? Oh, 7, okay, right.
because
so effectively got
basically
AC 8, right.
he's got from the shield basically gives him 2, the highest of minus 2d6. So you roll minus 2d6, keep the highest one, and that takes the penalty. So he basically
nice.
went pew pew. Your shield forced and missed. All right. Next round. One of the heroes is up.
I should have.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
who had to nominate last? It was Black Iron, wasn't it?
Yep.
Does it roll around like that, or we
No,
just
you
shoot
pick
someone?
one of your characters to go. So you
Okay,
pick one of the
who's?
players.
Shane,
Well,
do you wanna
I've
put
got.
that guy up,
I
or
might as well
will
go
I
last.
Start chain gun and stuff.
Say clear up your
Yeah.
backfield.
I feel like I should probably. Yeah.
Shane and
Go on.
take out
I
that
go
guy.
first, and
Yeah, you go first and try and take out that berserker.
okay. Okay. Do I barrage again, or
You can if you wish. If you want to go all out on somebody, barrage is not the worst option.
I feel like this is probably a go all out situation. All right, so yeah, I nominate to barrage. So charge blade him.
Now you have you still have your accuracy and your thing, but so that cancels out. So yeah.
Yeah. Shotgun.
Put more gusto into this. There you go, gusto.
Yes. There we go.
18.
All right.
That ain't rock salt in there.
That is some. And your 2 auxiliary weapons.
Are you sure? Because I thought those were in separate different mounts. It says flexible mount, which I think it has to be on the same mount as the gun to count the barrage.
Maybe it is. I thought it was on the. Could be.
I'm looking at a cheat sheet here.
Yeah, I get you. Oh yeah, maybe it's on. I thought, but it's auxiliary. So what's it auxiliary to? I thought it was auxiliary.
I assume
to the main
like
Q.
it's so you can
Yeah.
do gun kata
I assumed
and
it was
fire
attached
one
to the
and you
main
can get.
close quarter battle one and then the auxiliary close quarter battle. Maybe it's flexible. Yeah.
I know that's my reading on it, but
All right.
you know, GM.
I'll let you have him. You're not hitting right at the moment, so I'll let you have him.
So 14 hit.
All right. It does.
So he's taken 4 so far.
Yep.
And last pistol. 7. Damn.
Nothing at the moment. Would you like to do anything else in your turn?
I guess I'll heat up, and it's every turn it's 1, then 2, then 3 to take an extra quick action.
No,
Is that right?
I believe it's the first time in a fight you do it is it's 1 heat. The second time you do in a fight, it is more heat. Just let me check.
Okay.
When you are
That
overcharging,
was my second guess.
it's the first time you overcharge is 1 heat. Second time is 1d3. Third time is 1d6, and every turn thereafter is 1d6 plus 4. And a full repair resets the counter.
Okay. In that case, instead of using heat, I will just try my initiative ability and
Yep.
get
Rolling very low though, so
Aye, but the good rolls are coming. The bad rolls are gone. Gambler's fallacy here. You know?
Yeah, I'm just going to use my initiative.
Yep.
And
And hey, you can heat after that if it really goes wrong.
yeah.
Hey, that hit.
Okay.
And importantly,
6
that's
down.
AC. So that brings him to 0. He loses a point of structure. Now he must roll a d6. Is there any bit for that? So he rolls. He gets a 6. Which is not bad.
Assuming he's fine.
It's not quite fine, but he's impaired until the end of his next turn.
Okay. Does that give me an advantage to hit him?
No,
Or
but
just him-
it gives him a disadvantage to being to attacking, so he is down some.
Plus
Right.
1. Oh,
So that
Plus one.
is
Do I go
Black
for-
Iron Gun. Who would you like to go next?
Well, I think I'll spend.
I think Shane broke down there for a second. We'll see who he's picking when he comes back. I'm
Roll.
going to go on.
I'm just going to attack. So D3 heat.
Yep.
So. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's 3 heat. So I'm up to 5 heat in my first point of stress. Oh, that
Gotcha.
should be.
that was a D3 you rolled, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's 2 heat. You rolled a 3.
No, he rolled a D3.
Wait,
He actually
does
rolled
it
a
have-
Have a look at the command and he rolled a D3.
But it was a square.
thought of
it was a
that.
cube.
Yeah.
Cube on it.
It had 2 3s on it. I saw the
I'm
2
very
3s.
confused now. Oh, I see. It's got 6 sides, Benjamin.
Oh,
How does it work?
15. Okay.
so that is
So
8
8 damage.
All right. So that puts him in a bit of a jam.
D6. No, I can't really. Wait, does there overflow on heat, or is it just
Oh no, you can
automatically
only
goes down?
overheat once a turn. You can't keep overheating.
Okay. Okay.
So
That's
you
fine.
are done.
So we'll have to make do with nearly dead. Okay. That's me, I guess.
All right, who would you like to go next? Is everyone DC'd? Everyone looks like they're DC'd. People are reconnecting.
Hello.
Hello,
Oh,
I think
I
there's
can
a
hear you.
connection wobble there.
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't see. I have no feed up at the moment.
Yeah, just disconnected from Discord and back on again.
Yeah.
Let's get my camera on.
I think I'm good. I'm good. Yeah,
Alright.
I see you now, Mick. You're okay.
We're back.
Looking as wonderful as ever.
We
And
might
we're
be in
back.
the wrong place, but
There we go.
did we shift
So yeah,
position?
so I was just saying Barbara goes
No,
next.
still good. Okay.
Alrighty. So this
Yeah.
archer is going to keep locking down Black Iron. He's going to suppress again.
Yikes.
I mean, it's working for him so far.
And he's going to take a shot. But, of course, there's a little bit of difficulty.
And they brought a bigger boy.
I'm
Ooh.
very good this evening.
And a bucket of 20s.
So Black Iron, that's 5 damage going in at you.
Well, that seems like it would put me over my.
We're going to blame bad intel for this one,
Absolutely.
right, Chris?
You gotta really. You gotta really.
Very bad intelligence.
Absolutely. That's 5
After
damage.
action. After action report. Lieutenant said there would be cake. There was no cake.
So
Not cool.
you take a point of structure damage and roll me a d6.
Addendum. All my friends are dead. We lost someone else now? No?
I don't think so. It might be Shane.
Yep.
Alright. He will get to roll d6 when he comes back.
He's gone under the table to find that D6.
Absolutely. He'll get back to that in a second.
So-
that is the archer's turn done, so it is up to Barber.
Go get him, Barber. Because I'm still chasing.
Chasing the dragon, as it were.
I'm going to deploy a drone as a swift action,
Absolutely.
quick action.
Ooh.
Hello.
Low down.
Hello.
Hey Shane, how's it going? Roll me
We hear
d6
you.
there, will you?
How many D6s?
1d6.
Just the one.
please.
Per structure point you have left or anything?
Alright, that's not too bad. You are stunned, or sorry, impaired until the end of your next turn. So that is what you were already, so that's not too bad.
So am I double impaired or is it
No,
does not
just
stack?
impaired once.
Stay impaired.
Stay impaired there. Now you putting out a drone there. Is there any way to pop that out? I will figure that out at some point. But for the moment, which zone would you like to put your drone
The
in?
14 HP. Okay.
I guess south of me and Black Iron.
Alright.
Then I'm going to lay into this demolisher with
Finish it off.
Big gun. Yeah, so I got into it with my... Oh, actually, you know what? This seems like it isn't going great for us, so it's probably a time to power up with the... use my power up. So for the rest of the scene, you gain +1 action on attacks, checks, and saves. Additionally, once
Just go ahead and
turn,
do
you can
all that.
boost as a free action.
Bugged out. Alright.
So I will shoot that big guy with my heavy gun. Daka daka daka. So accuracy's flat then if I'm getting +1 accuracy. Difficulty
Yep.
you're saying is 6.
Yep.
Let's roll. Boo. It's rolling a 1, so that's no good.
Difficulty 6.
Uh,
Like you have to roll 6 dice and take the highest away from your result.
Yes. Looks like.
Are you... Well, I rolled...
Yep.
Well,
You roll 6 dice.
just on the checkbox. Yes, taking 6 off seems... That seems a lot.
That seems a little off. Let's take a look at that for a second. The heavy machine gun. It should be just 1 inaccurate, not 6. So basically just put in
Okay,
+1.
So is that just...
So try that, roll that again. So if you roll it again, just put in 1 inaccurate, and then...
Okay. But I'm also getting +1 accuracy from...
Yeah, so that cancels it out, basically. So you're just... You're
Mm.
flat.
Using my power up.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so still would suck. Okay, so
no,
what's
you rolled that wrong
boosting
because you
again?
basically should be +1 accurate and -1 inaccurate. So you were doing... Roll that again, because it was wrong then. It should be basically just 1d20 flat. Or you can do +1 accurate, +1, but I think they cancel out. So if you do +1 and +1,
Difficulty you're countering each other.
yeah,
Oh, so +1 and +1.
yeah, and then roll. Yeah, see, that worked fine. They're meant to counter each other
Okay.
out. Okay, so who's getting hit for 12? The Demolisher?
Ah, I see. The big guy.
Alrighty, big guy, take 12. Right, that is enough to put him to 0. He loses a point of structure. And he then rolls a d6. And that breaks one of his weapons.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
I hope he doesn't have a
rightio.
golf bag in the...
He only has his giant demolition hammer, so his poor giant demolition hammer's broken. He
I
doesn't
told you
have
these
that.
civilian mechs were no match for us, the elite military types.
Yeah, he
I guess
doesn't.
he's just going to tear my my mech head off, my mech
On the
shoulders,
ground,
with big mech
whimpering.
hands.
Yeah, he just, he full heals, but he's out of structure now. All right.
So what is
Okay,
the
all right.
boost?
Smart money is on. I think I might have
Boost is
to...
a free action move, isn't it?
Boost of free action
Once
is
per turn,
a quick action move.
Reaction. What is boosting again?
So it just lets you move a bit more. If you want to move a
Okay.
bit faster, it's like, okay, I'll move, do my move, and then I'll boost, go a bit further.
It's fine, but I think I will take a heat to fire again.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so I'll take 1 point of heat,
Absolutely.
and I will fire again. Who do I want to fire at? I could try and take out this berserker. He's not likely to have another structure point, is he?
He is unlikely to have another structure point, yes.
Alright, yeah, let's fire at him. Let's just
Absolutely.
riddle him from close. Riddle me this, riddle me that.
So veteran
oh,
mercenary
sorry.
aces, all right. I'm just feeling a little less like an ace right now, but anyway.
Got to get the interface harness sit right. It'll all fall
So
into
the
place.
drone will trigger, actually, with a range of 10 of the drone turret makes a successful attack. So could I have done 3 extra damage to the big guy?
You can. Basically, after he resolves his thing, you can do 3 more damage to him. Which isn't a huge amount because of his armor.
It overkills
still.
down it.
But yeah, so basically you do a little bit more damage to him, and your turret fires and goes blink. There's a bit more damage to him.
Cool. 4. No good on firing at the berserker.
Yep. You can use your core ability if you want. Once per session, you can take another attack, which is initiative. Or once per scene.
Yeah, sure, why not?
So,
Why not? Just emptying this big machine gun of people.
ooh. The dice are harsh this evening.
Really are.
They
All
really
right.
are.
Next up is going to be Sharkbait.
It's me.
I lost the thing.
I am stunned, so
You
I think it's going to
are.
I
pass
guess
over me.
I'll shout out.
Well-
Surrender.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We have a
Lay down your
we have a
arms.
surrender.
A quarter
We have
will
a
be
surrender.
given.
Sharkbait sort of cracks the canopy because we have a rather attractive surrender incentive package if anybody's interested.
So the assault is going to move up. And he is going to open up with his heavy assault rifle on Bunker. Or Barber. So that's a 9 to hit against Barber. What's your evasion?
I think my evasion is 8.
You take 6 damage then, minus your armor.
Minus my armor, which is 0.
Yep. And he is then going to boost. I can't get up there because there's a turret there. So yeah, he boosts around to there. Then Sharkbait goes, but Sharkbait is stunned. But that does not mean Sharkbait can do nothing. Just most things are not doable.
What is left to me beyond reasonable negotiation?
What you can do is you can what you can do is very little, but what it does mean is your stun ends, and that's good because it makes your defenses not as bad, so you're no longer stunned.
We probably should have been reacting to damage.
You can do that as well, but reacting damage does take an
Damage.
action off you next round, so you can block, but it is
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't
Alright,
use your reaction, no.
yeah, it uses your reaction, but it means that you go next. It's use your action, and it also says you get only one quick action next round. So it's basically like, okay, I take a bunch less damage, but this sucks in one way because I have less to that I can do.
Right. Well.
That's the assault
Okay. I
spell.
guess we don't use that then.
Now the Demolisher goes. And he makes an attack with his fist against your blockade to try and get in there because he doesn't have. He's just gonna make a, regular attack. Stuff, it's just not nearly as good. He's gotta make a
There's,
swing with his fist,
It's more mechs in our dropship than when we started.
Which is-
Hammer.
which is just not as good. It's just not as good, man. Not as good. It is.
I've lost something. I lost my grenade. It's back after refresh.
For the folks on the Twitch channel, we're sorry for all of our confusions.
It's just
This is
1d20 attack.
part of the process.
Scar wants to say is that
Missing the.
you're learning along with us.
Boo.
We're all learning together.
Dirty phone.
I think we're going to be able to give much more reasoned and thought out assessment of Lancer when we do.
We're going to
finally
be able
return
to. I'm not
that.
sure if that doesn't mean it's
Okay.
necessarily going to happen.
Maybe we're not going to.
You know.
Yeah. But when we
Alright.
return to our bracket fight,
Oh, absolutely. We've got lots of more opinions. He is going to swing. The Berserker is going to swing at you, Shane.
we've
Getting it
lost your
two,
video feed, Scar.
which misses.
Oh, good. They
Unlucky.
miss. They can miss. I told you, it wasn't just a
Unlucky.
legend.
And
This
yeah,
turn, guys, we just have to wait for Owen's mojo to run out.
absolutely. That's the way of these things. Next
Weathered the
round.
storm.
Who is up?
I didn't nominate anyone. I suppose I should. Let's flip it back to. Oh no, we just pick someone, don't we?
Yeah, you just pick someone.
You can go first
Okay.
to prove, to prove your worth and show
But
that you are
I know what I'm doing all along.
All right.
I am
redeeming yourself.
So I've got these things called. Don't want to lay a mine too close to the guys, but I do have mines.
Floating car or rocket.
That is a small concern of mine.
Sure.
Let's ask the GM.
Yes.
Let's
We're all
actually-
right next to it.
Is the well, you've got cover. What's the likelihood of this racer rocket thing going up if a mine went off beside it?
Like incredibly likely. Like any damage, even the decent deliberate tap is going to set this yoke off.
So
I would not be
like to-
beside it when it goes off. I
Oh,
would
no,
not, in
I-
fact, actually be very close to it when it went off. I would give it a good berth when it goes off, Nick.
Yeah, I'm
You
a
know
little bit
how
worried about-
much berth I would give it?
Ballpark.
Ballpark. I would be. I would certainly be more than 5 spaces away, or behind hard cover. And even behind hard cover is probably not the best.
Okay, you've convinced me not to do it, but
It's an option.
it's
It's just
is an option, but it's
just
a
not be.
terrible
You just don't want to be there when it happens.
what I'd like to do instead is fly.
Yes,
Now, can I get it? I can get a bit of distance on this thing. It's not very fast.
it is not very
I'd like to
fast, and it's
fly
missing its
one,
big reachy hammer now as well.
I think I can get to there
Yep.
with a movement.
Yep.
I can still draw a line on it. I assume
Absolutely,
it's
yeah.
it's quite the yoke. Have I got any cover from that archer where it is at the moment? No, it's
No, because he's
Not
where he
really,
is.
no.
If you were there, yeah, absolutely.
if I went a bit further. Other options in there. That was a loss. Nope, haven't. Boost free action. So I could. Okay, I think I need to. That was move for free. I think I need to go full action and then some heat shenanigans. So I am going to put. I'm going to open up on the demolisher with. What do you think? The demolisher's not so much a clear and present threat. Type beam on the comms very quickly to my comrades. So should I instead attempt to focus down the archer?
That might be a better action now.
Because I've got this
Like,
thing called
yeah,
an anti-material rifle, and it throws 2d6 of hurt. Okay, that's where we're going. So
So
it's
in your
accurate.
position here, Mick, what you can do is you can
I mean,
do a barrage if you
That's
want,
12 damage, you know?
and with the barrage you can fire your thermal rifle and your anti-material rifle.
At different targets,
Same target if you want, and then
but I can go.
you can
go
also
between
spend a heat to take a second shot with one of them, and then you could use your initiative to take a third shot if you wanted. And you could also
Okay,
activate your core power, and that basically gets +1 accuracy for the rest of the scene on all your attacks, checks, and saves. And you can boost as a free action once per thing. So it's basically some additional
Okay.
movement if you want it.
Sharkbait leaps high above the rickety racer and the slightly demolished demolisher, and comes down hero pose. You see lightning coruscating along the superstructure of Sharkbait as he powers up his hyperspec fuel injector. Lightning fast, he whips out an anti-material rifle, almost as tall again as this doughty little mech, and draws a beam on the insidious archer skulking at the back of the battlefield. So I am going to do. So I'm overcharged here with my power up, and I'm drawing a line on this archer with my anti-material rifle. Here comes the roll. Accuracy is
Don't forget
+1.
the accuracy.
I don't know what the rest of this mean. It says ordnance. This
Yep.
is a full. This is a full barrage I'm using.
Yes, it's your full actions barrage. So you basically
So
get
here we
your
go.
ordnance, which is
10. Is that going to be enough?
that is in fact enough. It's actually 14 because you get accuracy, so you get to add the highest of d6. So you hit Mick, doing him 9 points of damage, which is quite a lot of
Let's see
damage.
where that puts us.
He has no armor, but he's quite a lot of hit points. But he doesn't like that at all.
Now,
He's only
do your
5 away, so my
reactions refresh when you take an action or at the start of.
Its reactions, I believe, refresh when you. Let me just check. Believe
okay.
it's
Quickly,
reaction?
quickly slinging the anti-material rifle on its mag sling. Sharkbait twirls, popping into his hand is thermal rifle, which reaches out, stabbing at the heart of the archer.
I assume you're just double AKing it.
Oh, that's a.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he's holding it the wrong way, and the barrel goes click click.
Now you can make another shot if you want with your once per scene power, and you can also take some heat to make another attack if you want.
I'm gonna quickly flip the thermal rifle in my mech paw and center line on that archer. I'm not letting him out of my sights. So here it comes for the third one. Like we're spending all the
That's what they're for.
Yep,
all the coins.
that works.
Okay, that's an 11 this
So we
time.
had
1d3 plus 2 on this.
Yep. He is
Do I?
pretty damaged, but not quite taken out yet. He's flaming currently.
Oh. Okay. I've got one more. Oh, gosh. I've got one more thing I can roll out.
If you want to.
What's-
You can
What
attack
is
with
it?
whichever one of your weapons do you want. You can fire the anti-material as well if you want again. Oh, it's loading. No, you can't. You can only fire
No,
that once.
it's loading.
Yeah.
So I'll rack the slide on the thermal rifle.
Yep.
And I'll turn it sideways so it's more
Oh,
accurate for
yeah.
the last shot.
Skill shot. Skill shot.
Here we go. Boom.
All right, that is
Is
enough
it
to
enough?
take him to 0 HP. So you
All
lose a
right.
point of structure.
Target
And
results.
we roll a d6.
We lock eyes across the battlefield.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that's good.
He is
Excellent.
stunned. He don't like that. That was
shooting.
exactly what happened to you, Mick. And you
Exactly.
also did not enjoy that.
And I wasn't wild about it. I wouldn't
No.
recommend it to anyone.
Yeah.
Except this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I will nominate. Who's feeling frisky, guys?
Did you add your heat?
Just add one heat to your sword pick.
One heat, yeah. The question is, who wants to go next? Or I'll nominate Black Iron. Off we go. Too slow.
Recipe stunned.
Who? Black Iron? You're Black Iron.
Black Iron is not stunned. The archer is stunned. So the assault is
Okay.
going to go. He's going to open up with his heavy assault rifle.
Go if you're not really.
You're breaking up there a bit, Shane, sorry.
Next. Then me. Is that it? Or did
I've
Liam
nominated
steal the initiative? when I
Black
wasn't?
Iron's up next.
Black Iron's up next. So the assault is going to move.
Yeah,
and he's
okay.
going to take a shot at Barber. Barber's getting soft cover from the turret as he's moved around from that way there. And he's going to
Got to
only
click my
get the
thing.
different one. So we're
Oh,
gonna
my
roll.
buddy. Razor, my turret.
He misses horribly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, my hyperspec fuel injector is empty, so I'll be back in a moment.
absolutely.
Razor.
And then that is the assault gone. So it is Black Iron's go.
Right. Well, first off, I need to kill me, motherfucker.
That seems a good deal.
Some caps and some asses.
Okay. Hello?
Hello? You're up,
Can you
Shane?
hear me at all?
I can hear
breaking
you,
up.
yes.
You're clear now,
Okay.
but you were breaking up.
I'm asking a question and no one is responding.
We didn't hear you.
Am
for a
I
second
still
there.
impaired?
Your impairment lasts from the archer's go. He impaired you. Basically, yeah, you become impaired. You are currently still impaired because he impaired you again. But he hasn't.
Right, so the
it's
stun doesn't stop that.
until the end of his. Basically, until his go starts, it'll wear off. But he's not gone yet. Like the
Okay.
jerky
Well,
is.
if I was to
Well,
go first,
I'll
then
just
your impairment might be gone, right?
Now you can get the impairment off yourself, but I think that's a full action. There's stabilize. Yeah. You can do that, but that's a full action, so that'll be your whole turn. So you can go, I'll stabilize and get rid of this. And what that means is you will heal up.
doesn't seem like.
It's not great.
But I just got on.
It's not great.
I'll just go with the. All right, I'm going to barrage again.
Absolutely. Full power.
Thermal.
Yeah,
A lot of
well,
shot
it's
gunning.
like full auto, just
A lot of shotgunning.
spikes popping out of every spike shotgun, bolts go everywhere. I feel like our take on this mission is going to be they have to pick all the bits of shrapnel out of their own engines. Okay, let's roll this. Heavy charge blade, death razor.
He's gonna roll 3 now. Oh,
And that's just another chunk
that
of
is just
floor
that's actually enough
gone.
to hit him. You got a
we
penalty
go.
on this thing, so that's 7. And he's impaired, so he's not having that anymore. Basically, because you've slowed him down, he really doesn't enjoy that very much, and that actually takes him to 0, which destroys him. He crashes to the
There
ground.
we go.
Is there a disabled button?
Progress report. The mission started getting a bit better.
Middle of my barrage action, or do I have to? Well, I suppose it's the rest of it is arranged, so
No, you can
I'll
make
just,
attacks to other people. You can basically. That's all good.
all right. So I'm going to shotgun the assault then.
Yeah. You can definitely do that.
Can we get a different colored dice? I feel like
Pete.
pistachio green is not serving us particularly well.
There we go. Wow.
Chat,
He's
why don't
still
you
there
vote
as
for a
Your
colored
player, you
dice?
select your player. More there. I assume you can get the option somewhere.
All right. Shotgun is missed. Ooh. Is Black Iron going to play with some more fire?
Let's go with the 2 pistols.
Not quite enough. He's 8 defense.
Before the heat hits me is the main thing.
Oh, that does it though. Actually, get some damage into him. Yep, he is grazed by that fire, but generally not too badly damaged. Now,
Right. So I have a speed of 4, so I can move around to him.
Yep.
By getting around the.
Absolutely.
Or, why not? If you do it an overheat action, you get to complete the action before the heat hits you,
Yes.
right? To do my overheat action and 12.
Oh, that is a hit. Now,
Damage.
the damage is 7, princely 7, which takes a chunk out of him. Not enough taken down, but does.
And then I get hit by D6 heat, which is automatic enough to heat, and I take a point of stress. And do I have to roll D6 for that point of stress, I assume?
You do.
Okay. All right. It's just 1d6. It's not a number of d6 equal to your remaining stress, right?
It is number d6 equal to the amount of points of stress you've taken. So you've just taken 1, so you roll 1. Multiple ones are bad.
Okay.
Like, ones are bad, but multiple ones are bad.
Number of stresses or structures you've taken.
Yeah.
Take the lowest.
So 1d6 is, what it is.
I think
5. You become impaired at the end of your next turn as your cooling systems manage to contain the increasing heat. You also reduce your heat to 0.
Okay. Let's take a bit of bad.
It's impaired the game.
Impaired is what you've been almost this
Impaired.
entire fight.
It's lovely.
What you've been at almost this entire fight. Okay, so I'm going to say the Demolisher is going to be like, I've got 2 move. This is great. Bonk. No. Bonk. And he takes a shot at Barber.
Got a gun.
He doesn't have a gun. He's got his fist.
Oh, right, okay. That's what you meant by shot.
Like, you know. Yeah, that actually it. A big 3 damage.
Dent to what he can do, yeah.
That's pretty big. I mean, hell, a segment knife does D3.
That is the Demolisher's go. Barber, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna riddle into this assault guy. So I can take. Oh, so I can take if they're 2 separate
Hello there,
attacks,
Mech,
or do attacks
Liam.
both count as load?
So basically, if you go, I'm going to barrage, you can fire your heavy machine gun and your mortar main cannon.
Or I could go for my heavy machine gun and my segment knives.
Yes, though if you're in melee, you'll have one more inaccurate on your heavy machine gun because you're shooting a gun in melee. And that's not.
Actually, we haven't fired the mortar yet. We can see how that archer gets on against the
Absolutely.
mortar. Alright, so...
should I have been adding difficulty
let's
to all
drop-
of my shotguns?
No, I think they're CQB, so I don't think they take it.
Okay, yes, I see. Yes, they have CQP added. Yeah, so it's fine.
All right, so 15 damage.
That's
Woo!
a 10
Okay, so that's
against
into
the
the
assault.
Okay, so he goes to 0. He takes a point of structure, and then he rolls d6. Now he is impaired. He's not too bad, so he's impaired until the end of his next turn, and he goes back up to. What's that? He goes back up to full hit points.
Okay. Then let's drop a mortar on that guy out there.
Yep.
The archer.
He's much easier to hit because he is stunned.
Okay. +1 accuracy. Seeing power.
Roll.
Marvelous. So,
And
wow, that was a poor damage
Let's
roll.
take a reaction with Mr. Turret.
Yep. So you're shooting him for 3 and then 3.
So let's throw 3 more on top of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That hits him handily and takes a chunk off his HP. Alrighty.
And
Barber
let's
done.
take D3 heat.
Yep. Oh,
And
shooting again.
plug someone.
Ba-dang.
3 heat. Alright, and then it's another yeah. So I will fire my heavy machine gun again at the everybody right beside us. The assault.
That is sadly
Oh,
miss.
that was an 18. That was an 18. Someone bumped the table.
Someone knocked the table.
Alright. Berserker is out of action. And the archer, I'm going to...
Stunned at the moment, isn't he?
Recumbent, but he is there. And the archer is stunned, so he unstuns. That's the end of his turn.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
is
Got an
next
assault.
round.
Ugh.
Berserker's down. We've got an assault to clean up.
Yep.
And the archer has missed a turn. Okay, who wants to take us out the top?
who's in
Anyone
the best
fe-
decision to knock some people out?
Sure, I can keep
Uh,
laying down damage. I'll do the same as I did last
Yeah.
round, and I will fire and then mortar.
Yep.
All right.
So let's go again. So let's start with the heavy machine gunning. Click for a button. Heavy machine gunning. Bump. Boo.
Boo indeed,
Okay,
sir.
and
Boo
then
indeed.
let's fire the mortar.
You're firing the mortar at the archer? He is indeed
Yeah, he's not gonna
injured
like
by
that.
that.
And let's use the turret again on that one, just to make sure to knock him out.
Oh, he's on 1.
Huh.
He's on 1.
Well, the turret. Use the turret.
No, after that he was on 4, then he did 3 with him with the turret, and I was like, that's he's on 1. Do you wish to take any heat?
Oh wow, okay. He's got a lot of hit points. Ooh, I could. I can even take out. Let's see. I have 3 out of 8, so I could take. Yeah, even a D6 will leave me okay. So even getting a 6 on it. So go on. Let's take some heat. Yeah. So it's only 1 point of heat, and then I will. Yeah, you know what? Let's drop another mortar on that guy. Take him out. I don't know why I've taken such a dislike to this guy.
I mean, yeah, it really should be me who
Need to
wants
cut
to
him
beat
down.
him up bad, but I'll take your
Ooh.
vicarious rage.
However, that's enough. That is just enough.
Wow.
So, boom.
Persistence is the
By a
key to
hair.
this.
Absolutely. By a hair.
It's one of my charges.
Alright. Who's going next?
And go down.
Anything you
I
wanna
think Black
pull?
Iron will be next from
All
our
right.
side.
So the Demolisher is going to try and hit you. He's actually going to lock
Sure.
onto you.
Sure.
And basically then take a swing. And he consumes the lock on to get +1 advantage on it. So he's a quick action. You can scan your opponents with your sensors and be like, okay, I'm going to give you lock on. That gives a lock on condition. And he's like, I'm going to, so when next time somebody attacks, they can consume the lock on to get an advantage on the attack. So it's a way to increase your accuracy because he needs it quite badly.
Yeah, we're probably not doing our full tactical suite because we don't have a
like sort of, but it's basically a lot of the time it's thing is a good option of let's hit this guy
Yikes.
hard.
Pink
Well,
dice
that
first.
certainly hit anyway.
It did for princely 1 damage. Bonk. And that is the Demolisher.
What a surprise you to learn that only had 1 hit point.
There you go. So you take a point of structure damage, you refill your hit points, and roll me d6.
Okay. Four. Doesn't look bad. 4 before.
Alright, 4 is systems damage. Roll me another d6.
Part of your mech is torn off by the
Yeah.
damage.
System trauma.
6.
6. Okay, one of your limited systems are basically destroyed. Limited systems and weapons that are out of charges are not valid choices. If there are no valid choices remaining, it becomes the other result. If there are no valid systems or weapons remaining, the result becomes direct hit. So you must choose one of your systems to get destroyed, and your systems are your pattern B hex charges, your deployable cover, which is that how many uses is that? I just use that, so you can deploy that one again. Oh no, that's used up at the moment. Yes, you can't damage that one. Your turret drones, you've got extra uses of them left, so yeah, you can basically just damage your turret drones if you want.
Okay. Yeah, damage the turret drones.
Yeah. So you cannot use them again until they get repaired. All right. And you full heal. Next up.
Is it me or Sharkbait? I think you said
Black
me.
Iron.
Black Iron, yep.
Yep. Black Iron, you are no longer impaired.
So, okay. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so all right, I will once again do barrage. I think
All right.
I've closed my sheet. Oh well. I'm sorry if I'm not being very entertaining, folks. I have enough heat. I could still use the shield.
You could indeed. However,
I
your
think
heat
we're
generation is not reset. You're still at 1d6 plus 4 each time. So until you get a chance to recalibrate your systems,
okay.
you've tuned up your generator a bit too much.
Running hot.
Ooh, I've really drove it like they stole it.
That's what protagonists do.
It is what protagonists do, but then protagonists have to deal with 3 or 4 more fights, and they're like, how much heat am I still generating? 1d6 plus 4.
Remember, Scar, these are observations, not
I
criticisms.
think we have them on the. I think we have them on the back foot, so
Yeah.
might be time to cool down a bit.
But barrage is still fine.
I
Can
keep
move.
closing this. Why?
Move. Plan this out so it's extra cool.
I'm going to focus on this assault in front of me. I have my plus accuracy from my injectors. It should go better.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
you're not wrong.
I'll say.
Ooh.
22.
With this,
Does
with this
Spicy
damage,
critical
you're
hits
really
are just
slowing.
added effects? They're no.
I
no damage.
believe so. There are, if you have the right talents, you do extra stuff on critical hits. Like pirates can have a thing where they do an extra d6 damage on a critical hit. That sort of thing.
Oh, apparently, do talents? Sorry, are talents supposed to be
Your talents.
activated mech, or they just?
So it depends on the talent. The tactical, I think. No, that's your soul heart stuff. I think you don't have any. You don't really have many talents yet because you're rank 0. You get talents later on. Your other stuff, your pilot stuff, doesn't switch on.
It says in my palette tactical.
You've got combined arms. Oh yeah, those work.
I have talent combined arms.
Yep, but we have not been using them. But yes, there are talents there.
This entire time we
Wait.
should be getting.
Yeah.
There's ramming?
Of course there is.
Kind of makes sense.
So you've got +1 accuracy at your.
I'm sorry.
This is a tight mech game. I'm liking this. I like how it's tight and it's light. And if anyone who knows me knows I love tight and light. This is looking pretty damn good.
It's like, this is basically, these are all the starter mechs. Your first mech, everyone has the same mech. It's the Everest, but you can build them in a pile of different ways. It's next, when you start getting license levels and you start getting into different mech chassis, is when it opens up totally what happens. It's
but
awesome.
this feels good from the get-go. This feels powerful, even with these Scooty Puff Junior mechs.
Yep.
Realizing that I should have had.
Sorry, Shane.
If I have this Vanguard ability.
I thought, oh, you don't get them. I was like, no, you do. There we go. My bad. I've made a couple of mistakes, some of which are in your favor, so it's not been all bad.
A roller coaster.
Yep.
Like, I should have checked my palette sheet at some point.
Okay. What you doing, buddy?
The mech, which is, generally what I complain about in most mech games is, the mech and the pilot are separate things, and then I treated them like separate things. So, like, I'm obviously the problem here. Anyway, I'm going to shotgun this motherfucker in the face.
Absolutely. Pew 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 pew. Yep.
Okay. So all of a sudden things are looking a lot better.
Yep. That brings him to 1.
So
One left.
Well,
and that is another 2.
it's a very different game.
Is exactly enough to take him to 0. So he crumples to the ground. All right.
Pistol, assuming we're still going with this
Yeah.
thing. So I can still fire at the demolisher, right?
If you've got range with the pistol, it is range of, it says there, 5.
Apparently.
Yep. So if you got range, and
Yeah.
you do.
So you only have one of those.
Yeah, that's no problem though.
So that would have been a 14. Sorry.
Basically, plinks against his heavy armor. Plinks away.
Right, okay, so I am going to move my 4 speed. Yes, it is 4 speed. I get my auto boost, so I can go for my core ability. So I'm going to go and standing on top of the explosive thing. That seems like a bad plan.
Only if it blows up.
Move next to. Oh yeah, he's so huge. He said, charging at this thing is right next to it. Yeah, I guess I'll base to base with him.
Alrighty.
Give someone soft cover. Anyway.
And the assault is dead. So it is now Shark Bait's turn.
Shark bait. So my hyperspec fuel injector still being delivering a surplus of power. Shark bait can move and boost.
Now, one of the things I noticed, Mick, afterwards, is you can only fire your anti-material rifle
After I've reloaded it, right?
Yeah, after you've reloaded, and you also can't fire it if you've moved. So if you take the reload action, which is probably not what you're going to do, because
I've got a
it eats up
soft
too
power
much of your
solution
turn.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a soft power solution here. I've got multiple soft contacts reading through my sensors are picking them up. They're inside that building, so I can move 5 and boost to make it to the doorway. I reach into my one of my dispenser bays and pull out one of my pattern B hex charges.
Alrighty.
I slap it on the door and broadcast on my external speakers. You are being detained. Please lay down your arms and we will process you in due course. Do not attempt to breach this door. You are being detained. Do not attempt to breach this door, or there will be catastrophic kinetic consequences. Please throw your weapons to the ground as a sign you understand and are complying with this instruction.
They very much do so, Mick, because they don't really want to be blown up with a vehicle munition.
With a shaped charge the size of a manhole cover.
Absolutely. Would you like to do anything else in your turn?
That's 2 moves. I think deploying that is a quick.
Yep. So you go
even if I don't set it off, it's the old thermal detonator play. If I have a quick left.
You've got a quick left. So you can lock on someone if you want. You can basically scan them and give someone an accuracy if they're attacking them.
Sure, that's a bolster, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can bolster basically goes, hey, you're better against skill checks. It doesn't help with attacks. Lock on's what helps with attacks, basically.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you can basically go, use the lock on. So you give lock on the pusher.
Yeah, so I'll ping my last good telemetry on the demolisher.
Yep.
Let them know where the weak spots are, and that's me good to go.
Absolutely.
Not a shot fired. War won.
Lock on. All right. And that is end of the turn. And who would like to go first?
I'm good here. I've got them bottled.
This guy.
Who's looking for the kill shot, guys?
I'd be like,
I am charging at him with my samurai sword.
Flip a coin.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You get in there and you cut him up.
All right. So, good old burning death razor, one slice bisecting / death cut, and such.
If you want to use the lock on, let me know, Shane.
I think I'll use the lock on.
All right. So you get +1 accuracy. For this basic attack, so you're like,
Don't hit Jimmy Rocket Pants there.
Ideally not, no. Ideally not.
Although it'd be a hell of a transition to the next episode.
Absolutely.
As the second team comes
See.
in. Bravo team lands and finds fiery wreckage everywhere.
We found a crater.
Ooh, armor piercing as well. Saucy.
I don't
That's
know.
a heavy hit. Crumples most of his structure. So yeah.
I should have declared this would be a barrage again.
Yeah, barrage away. I figured. Because you got a free boost to move around, so and you were there anyway, so why not? So, pew, give me that shotgun. Give me the green light.
Just off the mark.
That hits because he's big and slow. For a measly 2 damage though, which plings off his armor.
There's probably not even any point using the pistols then.
There would not be unless you have something to funky them up. And they don't usually have a funky up. So Demolisher's going to go. Who's going next, Shane?
I guess, what, do me to go cut him down to size?
Yeah, let's say it's going next. And yeah, I'll leave it there.
I don't have anything in the tank to put another shot into him at the moment.
He locks you on, Shane, and swings. Missing, sadly.
He's rubbish.
That is him.
Okay.
Barber, you're up.
Alright, I will just, I've been firing like crazy with this thing, but this time I'm actually just going to bring it up and just take a nice clean shot at whatever power unit he has in the center of his mech, and so lock on and fire with the heavy cannon.
Yep. Your one issue is that because he's in melee with you, you have one more inaccuracy as a result of that. Because you're in melee.
Okay, so can I take a step back, or will that provoke an attack?
You can, but he would take a swing at you, but it will only be with his fist. So it's actually he doesn't get an attack.
as well.
He doesn't get an attack. You need a weapon for that. It's not default, so you can actually just step back. Because you broke his hammer. And you only have a hammer.
And
You need that backup
I
weapon, lads.
will
That's what's there
lock
for you, you know.
on.
Yeah.
Sharp sticks, harsh words, and maybe a pamphlet on
your bad guy.
You know, it's like, oh, they severed.
That's solid.
They sundered my pick. I'm useless.
That's the end of him.
Yeah, it really is.
And
That is enough to send
let's
him
get the third in on that as well, so that'd be 14 damage.
crashing to the ground. And with that, all of the mechs are defeated. And the combat is complete. Alrighty.
We are in detain.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we've hit the 2-hour mark.
We have hit the 2-hour
and
mark.
We've had a taste of Lancer. I suppose, shall we break at that point and maybe have a little talk about what we liked and what we didn't like?
Yeah, absolutely. So we cut the stream here and maybe come back with a later podcast on this topic. What do we feel like?
Yeah, that's.
I expect the topic will come up
Yes.
during our next big.
There's any number of ways we could slice this mech.
Absolutely.
But tonight we've had a go at Lancer. Will I take us out at this point, guys?
Absolutely.
All right, everyone. So tonight we've had a go at Lancer. This is my first time on Foundry, which is kind of excellent. I'm very impressed with it. Loving what I'm seeing so far. And we've had a little taste of what life is like in the Lancer universe. We've tried out the mechs, given them a test drive. We'll probably have to pay. We probably lose a deposit based on the results. But thanks for joining us. This was one of our first Twitch streams as well, I believe. So be sure to check back here and on our Discord, where we'll be announcing any future live streams. We might play games or do video calls or who knows what else. But have a great rest of Thursday night, going into the weekend. And for now, are you ready with the button?
Absolutely.
Oh, I suppose our GM tonight has been Hito Owen. We've been playing in our support capacity. We had Liam as our assault. We had Warlord Scar, appropriate love. Bouncing around in the little mech, the little scout mech that could. I've been savage, but for now, this party's over.